I got that, and then I was thinking about like, cause I follow you, and I was watching. I was like, oh, dude, he's like pretty healthy, so I'm not gonna try to give him like Gatorade and soda and all this stuff, cause like I saw you had eggs, and it was like, it's organic. You want the cage.
Oh yeah.
Stuff,
It's got to be pasture raised.
Yeah.
Like, because they try to put cage free, or they try to put other things in. Like the FDA is tricky. Like grass fed. You could feed a cow grass one time in his life, and you can label it.
Oh, because it was like it's like loophole.
Yeah. Tons of loopholes put.
Damn, that's horrible.
It's
like
worse in other ways, and then people don't even know.
That is crazy. Cause when you think about that, like, what is that? It's like a white lie. You know what I mean? But that's like a dangerous one. Like,
so like cage free.
It was out of its cage.
That means they're in a larger cage.
Yeah. Oh, so
but still in a pretty like not humane environment.
Yeah.
And they're still being fed like genetically modified corn and stuff like that, and that's what makes them unhealthy.
Well, what's a trip too is like I saw they were feeding cows candy corn, cause like they had all this like leftover candy from Halloween, and then they can bulk them up. But I was like, that's disgusting, Like humans don't even want to eat candy corn.
No.
Like, let alone cows, But
yeah.
if you're hungry, you're hungry.
And stuff in cows. Like cows aren't supposed to eat dyed foods and refined sugars.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. Well, what's up, everyone? I just want to introduce someone that we have here today. I'm pretty hyped about it because honestly, like, we've been talking back and forth, and I'm a big fan, and I've never gotten the chance to like personally meet. We've like crossed paths so many times, especially like we've had Drake Hat on here. If you're familiar with Drake Hat, I'm pretty sure you're gonna be familiar with our guest today. Super excited. What do you call yourself? Recording artist, rapper?
Recording artist. I like recording artists.
Yeah, I prefer that more than rapper. But we have in the house Cali the Dreamer.
What up, y'all?
Thank you so much for coming out, especially like such last minute. And I know you're busy. And well, I know you're super busy because you just came out with a new album.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of a tricky title, No Turn Unstoned.
Oh yeah.
Right. So, like, how'd you get that name, first of all?
I'm not gonna lie, I was super high.
Super stoned.
And really, for a long time, a couple months, I was trying to figure out like an album title or something marketable enough that I could run behind.
Yeah.
That would kind of capture the essence of like my lifestyle, and I was like, damn, that's dope. It's witty. It's something. But of course, later down the road, I found out like other people had mentioned it or thought of that before. It's not necessarily something I can't say I invented now because I just saw something from like the 70s, and it was like No Turn Unstoned, and I was bumping it. It was fire. Like, it inspired me a lot.
That's a trip, huh? Like, it's kind of like it's a new idea to you, but you don't realize like there's been people that have thought of things.
Yeah, like previous generations have lived it, and done it, and it was cool already, and not cool.
Yeah, it's a trip. Yeah, like you see that a lot, but I guess it's like the reinvention of it is new,
Oh yeah.
But I've been listening to your album a lot, and
Appreciate that, man.
there's a lot of it that I think is super interesting. And one thing that I want to talk about, which I think is like the premise of it, is like it talks a lot about like the grinding and hustling and like quitting. Like, can you touch on that?
Yeah. A lot of my friends around me know that I may have always had like a superb talent, with rapping and forming words, but I've always lacked in that confidence to put myself out there, to market myself, really to make the sacrifice necessary to be the artist I want to be. And I have quit 5-6 times. And it's never really quitting. Anybody who really loves music or loves anything that they're dedicated to, you can't quit. That thought eats away at you, and in a couple of days you're right back trying to figure it out again.
Yeah.
And that's really what it's all about. Is that urge to quit. Me and my homies Drake Cat and Brian, freshly baked Brian, we had a conversation one day, and these fools was like looking at me about to cry because I'm telling them like we had a little bit of momentum as a team with the things we were doing, but I wasn't confident in myself at the time. I was telling him I needed time and I needed 45 days to figure some things out and just be alone and not talk to nobody. That 45 days turning out to like 2 years.
Oh, wow. Really? Like,
but like it ended up me getting my confidence back. It was like, God damn, they were right in that conversation. Like, me wanting to quit sounds crazy. Me wanting to just get a regular job and figure out how to do music on the side sounds crazy. Like, this needs to be priority A.
Yeah.
Number one, like, figure it out. And it was at a time when Drake was really making the switch and turning on the blasters, and everybody's watching him and the crew like, oh damn, this fool's serious. Like,
yeah,
he about to do this for real. And so it really made me step up to the plate. And since that time, that conversation, I have been formulating No Turn Unstoned and trying to make it that product to where I know and put it out. All right, people gonna fuck with this.
Yeah.
Right? And I think in creating it, having so many shows and stuff that I've been doing locally and fucking with the scene out here, it's given me an opportunity to regain my confidence and feel like, damn, I can step on a stage anywhere. I could rap against anybody, and it's not so much the competitive aspect, but more feeling like I belong doing this.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think so. You know, I'm very similar in a lot of ways. Like, I've quit Human Catalyst multiple times. I've been doing this for 7 years, but you know, I think I quit after year 1, and then I came back maybe like 6 months later, quit after that. You know, you run out of fuel. Like, you believe in yourself and you have these expectations, but sometimes like you kind of feel like, damn, is anyone paying attention, or am I just like, am I kind of naive? You know what I mean? Like, am I just
Am I be tricking myself into believing?
Yeah, like, or like, are my friends just like, yes, man? You know what I mean?
Fake
just
support. That.
Yeah, like just saying like, yeah, you're dope. Like, have you seen that dude William Hung, like American Idol before?
Yep.
You know, like, and I think he got to the point where he was thinking like, wow, I'm really talented. Like, these people love me, but it's like they're kind of laughing at him. You know what I mean? And I always kind of trip on that too. Like, you know, like, is it like all these people that are saying, oh, that's dope, is it because they're hoping they can just get a free t-shirt, or you know what I mean? Or is it something that they really
want for you?
They want, or believe in me, believe in it, you know? But I mean, without even knowing you and everything, and when I first heard your music, like, the talent was like, without a doubt. I mean, you're a championship like wordsmith.
Appreciate that.
You know, so much of it even goes over my head, and then I listen to it again. I'm like, damn, that was clever. Like super clever.
I call them gifts, because over time you get to unpack them.
Yeah. I feel that.
Kind of helps the music not go so stale. I feel like.
Yeah.
Let me hide some shit in there. You gonna take a couple listens.
Even this new one, like, there's so many. Like,
good looking.
You know, like, one of my favorites is Photosynthesis. Like, I just think that's dope. Like, what do you say? Like, when I'm shading on people. Like, something like that. Like,
even if y'all throwing shade.
Oh yeah.
I'm still sunning y'all.
Yeah.
Photosynthesis.
Yeah, I think that's dope, because like, so many people throw shade, but you're shining.
Yeah, you're gonna shine regardless. Like, because that shade is necessary to your process.
Yeah.
That's what photosynthesis is. Like, you gotta. It's the light. It's the times in darkness. It's the cold air. It's the warm air. It's the watering. For sure.
The other thing too is like, you gotta be hella smart, dude. Like, cause
a little nerdy, a little bit,
or read a lot, or you have a lot of influences. Cause like, I listen to your music, I'm like, that's just not some like normal, you know, like, went to get pizza, add the cheese, please, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of knowledge, and I mean, even the photosynthesis part.
Good looking.
Like,
good looking.
What, cognizant?
Cognitive dissonance.
Cognitive, yeah.
Like, that's my favorite term. I fell in love with that just because it's my way to deal with the world. Because you want to tell people, like, especially when you know a lot of information, you want to help people. You want to tell people information, and a lot of times that information, whether it's real or not, or factual or not, goes against people's truth. And it's the brain's job to kick out the truth, regardless if it goes against what I believe and I've been raised to believe. That truth, regardless of how true it is, I'm predisposed to deny it and not agree with you.
Yeah.
And shit, like, that's how I can deal with people. I know when I tell you the truth, it's gonna be hard. I know you don't want to hear it. I know you're gonna walk away, but in a couple of days, you'll be able to digest it a little bit better.
But probably a guy like you too, with those thoughts of like quitting and stuff. Like you want to know the truth.
Oh yeah.
Some people don't. I honestly think some people don't, and just like, nah, I'm just gonna fake it till I make it, and
no, I'm looking for the person to tell me, look me dead in my soul, and be like, hey, this song was tight, but this part sucked. This line sucked.
Yeah.
This song sucked because in a way for me, I just want to be better. I don't want to argue with you about if it sucks or not. I want you to listen to my next song.
Yeah. I mean, just as a person listening, a fan. So much of it. I mean, every song that you've had, like, or that you've done a guest spot on or anything, like, all of them have these lines where it's like, damn, that was dope. I don't feel like any of them have been like half-assed from what I've heard. You know what I mean?
That's dope. That's dope.
Like, I appreciate all of them, and there's little things. Drake had as well. Like, he has some good lines, and I think it goes over people's heads. You guys must really
we
work
sit
on
there
that.
and like nerd out together about like metaphors and shit. Now, but it's I feel like we're both so into rap, like hip hop heads, and like for real, to the point of where we study everything, cadences. It's not just the metaphors. It's like we're trying to figure out how we can be better than the people we've been listening to. Just because we want a real shot. We want a real crack at the industry.
I think that's super dope. Like one thing that, I guess that Drake had said to me before was that I was saying what's interesting is like he'll shout out everyone, other MCs, and he doesn't have a problem like shining light on other people. And he was saying because he doesn't have a doubt that he's gonna make it. You know what I mean? Like he believes in himself. Like, and I think I commend him on that because even though like I have this brand, I have the store and stuff, like I still have these like evil thoughts in my head, like is my next shirt my last shirt? Is like this album your last album? Like, like once you submit it to Spotify or iTunes, like damn, like the world's gonna hear it. You know what I mean? But for you, like, do you have that confidence where you're like it's good now after taking the 45 days and all that?
Now, I started making the album with the same feeling. I started making it with the thought like this shit has to be so dope because what if it is my last album? What if I can't do this? What if I can't afford to do it no more? And then through the process, I learned prioritization. If you love something, if you want to do something enough, you believe in yourself enough, like you'll find a way. And if part of the job is getting other people to believe in it, like shit, that belief, but at least in perception, better be A1.
Yeah, and you gotta believe in yourself.
Yeah, it's natural for us to still doubt ourselves, but shit.
But it's tough as a creative. Yeah, like it's tough as a creative though. Like those evil thoughts always like creep in. I mean, that's why like every guest that comes on, I always try to ask them like, how did they deal with it? Because for me, like, I mean, all the time. You know what I mean? And then something will happen, and then I'll need that real little reassurance. And I'm trying to get to the point where I don't need that. Like, like if I believe myself, then just keep on going.
Yeah. But I think what I think it is we have brands.
Yeah.
And it's part of our concern to be palatable to other people, for people to really look at what we're doing and be like, I fuck with that.
Yeah.
Kind of half the job. Now, the other half of it is you believing regardless if people fuck with it, because there's always a customer. There's always somebody who's gonna come and be like, oh, that's for me.
Yeah,
and it's just finding your market.
And there's gonna be people that like, that's not for me.
Yeah. And like, I can't say I haven't sat there for so long, so many years, like this ain't for me. I don't have it to put it together the way it needs to be. A lot of it was knowing how to do it the right way and not having the resources or the know-how to release my music properly, or to work with the right people to get my mixes to sound good.
Yeah.
Or to really just be able to have a professional sound. But that prioritization, teaching myself prioritization, and that this is not, I shouldn't put this album out with the belief that, damn, it might be my last, but damn, this is feet to the ground running. This is the beginning of what I can't stop. and now we got to figure out how to do it again, quicker, faster, sooner. Not so much now for me, but for everyone who's bought in. I'll make everyone buying into this brand, and now I feel like for me it's time sensitive. It's crunch time for me. I don't feel like I'll go away or I'll start sucking, or maybe I just won't be good at writing raps anymore. But while you got the wave, you got to get many people on it before it crashes. And I've built up momentum so many times before. And you know what it's like to be at the top and feel like you're at the top and you're doing good, and damn, bottom. But once you've seen them ups and downs a couple of times, you get it. You're like, shit, it's gonna suck sometimes.
Yeah.
But we're gonna go up.
How long have you been doing this for?
Actually recording raps since like 8th grade.
Wow.
But not like not really ever pushing myself as an artist. Like never the business side, always music.
Yeah.
And so that's why I feel like I've always had people listening to me. I've had people listen to me for 10, 12 years. I used to go by Cali King James. That was a name everyone knew me by, the moniker everybody knew me by. But I felt like that brand got stale with my stagnation, like me chilling on it and not doing nothing, being 100%. Now that I rebranded, I'm all about it. Like I'm ready to go at it. Like not so much a fresh start, but this fresh energy. And that's, I try not to look at those times so much, because this is what I'm doing now. I've exhausted it, but it was a part of my process.
But I also think that that the climb and the journey of that, I'm sure it built you to like what you are today. You know what I mean? I think that I don't know. Like I think for me, I needed the defeats that I had and like the victories. You know what I mean, in the past, in order to get to where I am. You know, it kind of just weaves into your fabric.
Yep.
You know, so like Cali the Dreamer is all that 8th grade struggles and taking it seriously, studio time, the things that you've learned, right?
Yep. I'd say through high school it was on and off, but the writing was always something I did, and always was forced to read. Like my mom's a teacher.
Okay.
And I was raised in like, I had bad cousins and all that stuff, but for the most part, my mom would beat my ass. For anything. And my mom was about it. She was hype. My mom was about it, and so was my dad. And so as much as I tried to deviate, there was a standard I was held to, and I was just taught certain things very young. And so I built obsessions with words and music at an age that was super, super young. My mom was a choir director. My dad's like a music head, like one of those dudes that collects records he can't even play just to stare at them.
Oh, really?
And so always, like, since I was 7, I knew I wanted to be a rapper for sure. I gotta rap because that's what I know how to do. I'm good at it. Like 7 years old, like writing raps. I remember bringing them out at lunch and like trying to like show people and shit. Like,
when you were 7, what kind of people were you listening to? Like, you don't have to date yourself.
So look, check this out.
You know what I mean? Like,
a lot of Timbaland and Magoo, Missy Elliott. Like I remember back then, the Dr. Dolittle soundtrack was like one of my favorite things in the world.
Aaliyah was on that, right? Like,
all over it.
That was a time when like Missy was like big, and like that whole that Timbaland and Missy,
that Virginia sound, that Pharrell started to take it, man, and it made things. I was always following battle rap and New York rap, and so like from the West Coast, always like, damn, it would be dope to be able to bring some of that, mix it with some of this. Yeah. And even early, that was just kind of what I wanted to do, but I always wanted people to appreciate my understanding of rap. Like don't get it, fucked up per se, because I'm from San Diego. Like I do rap, I understand rap in its essence.
So you're respectful to the culture of
it. Absolutely, and that's what me spending so much effort on these songs is like, I can do it. Like if there's a new standard that can be reached, or if there's a new sound that can be found, or if there's a new flow that can be unlocked, I'm gonna find it because I'm a student of the game. Like, and it's up to me to do it. Somebody else could study it. Like all I do is like study rappers. I listen to local rappers. I was listening to Kari this morning.
Shout out Kari.
Yeah, hella shout out Kari. I copied your cadence on something I'm gonna record tonight.
Nice.
But like legit, I pull my inspirations from everywhere, and that's why I fuck with everybody. That's what I think that's a lot of Dre cats understanding is you pull your inspiration from everywhere. All these people are hustling the same.
Yeah.
We all got the same dream. Sometimes there is like, keep it real. There can be a separation of skill set from artist to artist. But when you take a look at the hustle, I could tell you that 90% of these young cats is doing the hustle just as much as I'm spending my time on my raps. And so what can I learn from them?
Yeah, I feel that too. Like the game's different.
Way different, and they got it in ways that I need to figure out with them.
Yeah, I feel that too. Like there's certain things that I don't know. Like I don't want to offend people, but I feel like the skill set isn't as important as it used to be, which is crazy because now there's like well, you said it best. You had an Instagram post. And you said something about like you guys may out fashion me, you guys may something.
You can out everything me. You can outdo the business. You can out market me.
But I'm your rap dad or something like that.
I'm gonna just because I know the effort I'm gonna put in to my 16 bars.
Yeah.
Is gonna out. You're not gonna put in that much time. You're not gonna wreck your brain over trying to make a word rhyme that doesn't rhyme, that has 4 or 5 syllables, but you're gonna sit there for 45 minutes.
Well, because now they can do 2 bars.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, and like,
or you can just be like, you could do like, I just got off work, your bitch gonna twerk, yeah.
Yeah, then some like hand gestures, like,
yeah, you be like, God damn, bro, like, that, it do sound good though. Like, like y'all it unlocked making something that was so complicated, made it so easy, and you guys just do more of it.
Yeah, it's crazy though. I trip out on that, you know, like, I'm an old head, like, without a doubt. But also what's crazy too is I don't think people know that like I loved rap like as a kid. Mm-hmm. I would stay up and watch Yo MTV Raps when it first came out, dude. Like, you know, I understood who Fab Five Freddy was. I knew like, you know, Stetsasonic, like everything. Like dude, I can talk to people about rap and like I know so much. Like, you know, because I cared so much. To me, it was like,
and to me,
these rappers were like comic book characters. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like native tongues. Like I knew all about it. I knew like the beef, and I knew all this stuff, and you know what I mean?
That's why I feel like rap is an opportunity like no other to tell your story, and you get fans a way better insight to who you are. Look at what you're really about because you have so much to say. That's what separates country music. Like a country music artist could go home and beat the shit out of his wife and be a thug anywhere, but he get on the mic and make it sound like country music. If it's a hit country song, not telling you too much, you just made a good song. And that's why I feel like hip hop, you can't highlight your character is gonna show. Like, if you're a shitty person, it comes out in those bars.
Yeah, and it's funny too. Like going back, you know, like your dad, how he collects, right? I'm sure it's because like the albums, they always had like the shout outs. Do you remember that?
Oh,
like, before?
Yeah.
And then it's like you could see people throwing shade, like you know, in those like shout outs.
Yep.
And I used to love that. And I think that's like a big piece that's missing, because a lot of the rappers too, before, you'd be like, let's say for example, like, oh, I don't fuck with Nas because I'm a fan of like KRS One, or you know, just something random, right? But it's like you see it in the shout out, like shout out Nas, whatever.
Yep.
Like Queensbridge and all this stuff, and then you're like, oh, okay, I could fuck with
him now.
Yeah. Kind of give the stamp of approval. And nowadays, I don't know if it's the same, you know, and I think people are scared to like other people, or they don't know if they can like them, things like that.
I think people become so bought into a system or a brand just because I've done it. Like as a fan of hip hop and also writing so much, sometimes I get so saturated by one sound because that's what I like, that's what I'm obsessed with, that when I try to write, that's all I'm doing now.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, you got to get out of your funk. But that's what I try to switch it up as much as possible. I listen to all types of different rappers, different cadences, different material, different content, a lot of R&B, shit ton of R&B, shit ton of EDM, just because it offers a different sound. Like everybody listen to that shit.
Do you try to stay like as a creative? Do you try to have like blinders on and like not really like fuck with mainstream, or you know what I mean? Just kind of stay in your own lane, or you absorb it all
I think
and
more
just
of
filter.
I do what's comfortable for me,
Yeah.
but new to everyone else. Like I'm always trying to find a way to shock somebody, to get some type of shock value.
Yeah.
Like, and that's not by like, let me say some wild outlandish shit that's not true, but let me say something in a way you've never heard it before. Let me rhyme it in a way and use a word that you're gonna have to go look up.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know
I could.
or something like that, and or I also feel like that gives me a whole different audience who normally wouldn't listen or dive in. You might fuck with a guy that's got a deep vocabulary, who says words that even you be like, damn, what does that mean again? Like,
Yeah.
and that's
Refresh me. Yeah.
that's what I get a kick out of. Like, damn, how can I shock you when I say these words on the mic? When the big old black guy gets on the mic and starts saying these big ass words that connect so beautifully.
Yeah, they're
I
like,
just want to see. I wanna look
Siri,
in your face.
what is?
Yeah, I want to look in your face and see.
Yeah.
And then I really like to see the reaction when I see some people like, oh damn. I be like, damn, you a smart motherfucker because you got it.
Yeah.
That shit is tight. That's my favorite.
Because your music, you can listen to it without it registering.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like the song value is good, so you're just like, oh, this is dope. Talking to your friend, whatever.
Yeah.
And then you're driving like, what? You know what I mean? Like,
I appreciate that.
yeah. So I think it's dope.
I appreciate that. That's fucking something I really try to do, just because I try to. It's not me trying to appeal too much.
Yeah.
But it's like, all right, I know I can make a good song, but how can I make this song last? How can I make it mean something to somebody? And two ways: you use creative words, good flows, and you relate to people. I think a lot of the times I tell people about my shitty day, or something wasn't perfect, or if it was, I'm gonna put it in a very layman's way, so you get like, oh damn, he's normal, he's just like us, he goes through the same ups and downs.
Yeah, today you were saying you had a shitty day, right?
Oh yeah, man, I fucking lost my wallet on the way over here.
Yeah.
For a whole hour.
But you found it?
Found it.
Oh, nice.
But that happens like every day and a half. I lose my wallet for like a good hour every day, a day and a half. It's usually somewhere like I hide from myself.
Yeah.
As soon as I get home, I usually get high. Anything that happens in that 10-minute buffering of me just that first dab,
It's a blur.
Crazy. Every day, it's like fucking surprising yourself.
Yeah. And then you had car trouble too, right? Or...
Yeah. Oh yeah. Whip was broke down. Mechanic called me yesterday. He's like, it's fixed. I'm so fucking happy. So I'm driving around today. Got some new tires, 2 new tires on the front.
Nice.
Whipping. I'm gonna pull up to your shows now. I ain't got no excuse.
Dude, like cars are crazy, and I don't know, like everyone in my family all has car trouble, you know. I don't know, but I also think it's like we're horrible at maintenance and upkeep.
They get some oil changes.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like oil changes, and then, but you know, you get an oil change, right? And then let's say you go to these places, and then they're like, oh, I was looking at your belts, and you know, this is gonna cost 180. Do you want to fix it now? And then, you know, I was looking at this too, and then I think you could use whatever. And it's like, damn, I just wanted an oil change because you had the sign that said $29.99, and like now I'm out for $400. You know what I mean?
That's why my car took so damn long to fix, because I know that game, and I got a couple homies that are service writers, and so they tell me like, bro, if you got somebody who works on cars, go that way, because there's like a 95% chance you're getting screwed if you go to a dealership. Like, it's their job to find something that you need to pay for, whether something could have just been unplugged or loose.
Yeah.
And they spend that time, they come back and they got a laundry list of new shit. So I let my shit sit at the homie's pad a little longer than I should have, but we figured it out.
No, that's dope. I mean, just yesterday, right? So my wife, she needed new tires in the front. I said, hey, you need new tires. I'll take it tomorrow. And she's like, you're not going to do that. I'll just go take it now, right? Mm-hmm. She only needed tires in the front. The back were fine. Like, something happened with the front. So then she goes and comes back with 4 brand new tires.
They hit her with a buy 3 get 1 or something.
I don't know. And I was like, why did you get 4? She goes, because he said I needed tires. Yeah, like tires come in 4. I was like, oh my gosh.
That's
but like,
fair.
But like they saw the tires and they were like, oh, we'll still sell them, you know. I think that's whack. But I didn't even ask who it is, or else I would like shout them out negatively.
Yep.
With my Yelp review right now.
Yep.
But I don't know, that's whack when they take advantage of people, you know?
Oh yeah, I'll be fucking people up on Yelp. I'm not gonna lie.
But I guess at the same time, it's like business, but that's a whack business.
Oh yeah, you got to take it for any business. You got to take accountability for what your business does and the integrity of it. And if you're doing foul shit, you got to expect the foul response.
But damn, that's a foul industry, you know, for the most part.
Yep. I go to one tire spot, and I always, for just work, I find homies. Like they'll figure it out. Like we'll buy the parts and get it figured out together.
No, that's dope. So you're pretty good at mechanics and stuff?
Nah, like the extent of like an oil change and slight tune-up, I'm lost. I'm gonna have to call somebody for help, which is exactly what happened.
Do you ever go on YouTube?
Yep.
Yeah, like I'm a YouTube mechanic.
I actually found out how to do my oil with YouTube. It's weird, just the way it's built. Damn Nissans, but pretty much you gotta undo a lot of the engine to get to just the spark plug.
They do that all now. Like
it's so whack.
Yeah, it's horrible.
So outside of that, taking an extra 45 minutes for me to figure out how to undo and put everything back together.
Yeah, and the clips, you know, it's like they're magic, you know. It's crazy. Like,
no, it's actual fucking magic.
Yeah, like you need to know a secret code to like undo it, you know, and it's like, and then once you figure it out, it's like that's so stupid.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I fucked up on the oil too, because first thing he pulled up, he looked at the dipstick, he's like, damn, bro, like, and I looked at him like, oh, that's embarrassing. I know better than that. Like,
yeah.
It is what it is.
You had zero oil or?
Next to zero oil, like not enough. Like it embarrassing. Like a soccer mom don't know what she's doing with her car amount of oil.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. Like I have this old Civic that I got as like a project, and I've never changed the oil on it, and I've had it for 2 years. I've added oil, but I've never I've never changed the filter.
Okay.
Because it's so low, and I'm like. I never want to stop by these dudes that are like
and have to deal with that.
Yeah, and then if I do it at home, I got to get a jack and like lift it up, like, but put like wood and all this stupid stuff because I lowered it, you know.
Go ahead and pay that man extra $100 and go ahead. And
I think I got to do that though. But I'm pretty embarrassed. Like when they pull off the filter, it's probably gonna look like, what the hell is this?
Like when's the last time you did this? And you're gonna be like,
I'll be like, oh, that's weird. Last week. You know? I don't know why it deteriorated.
A couple months ago, that shit wasn't me.
China, man, I don't know.
It's my wife's car.
Yeah, it's my wife's car. That's what I'll do. But that's dope though. So going back to like your past and stuff, so influence-wise, you were saying like those Virginia guys, things like that.
Oh yeah, man. Jay-Z, I can't lie. Clips, just like CDs I obsessed over. Lord Willing was one of the CDs I obsessed over to the point where I knew every word back and forth. And that was the Clips album.
Yeah, and I could see that. They're very lyrically
crazy.
They say a lot of things that can go over your head too, which is very similar to like
Pusha T's early verses.
Yeah.
Now it's like some of my favorite. Let me see if I can think of one. I could probably recall one now and listen to it in 10 years. Players, we ain't the same. I'm in the cane and guns. Like that Pusha T verse. Like I remember listening to that being like 13 years old. Like this motherfucker is amazing. Like,
yeah.
Who signed this cat? Come sign me. And shit, just those early influences, and then my friends. Like all my friends are rappers, literally. And it's crazy watching us at different times start and get engaged. But we all started writing together. We all knew for the most part, hey, you rap, you know how to rap, you write raps too.
Yeah.
You don't show everybody like I do, but you write raps. And now we kind of got a system to where it's like we know who's rapping and who's not, and most of the homies are bought in to their own process, like completely independent from one another, and it's dope to see. Just because I feel like somebody's gonna pop, and it's not so much we have to pull each other up because we're all already establishing lanes. It's gonna be it's genuinely gonna be easy. It's like you have your fans already. You have this platform you've built already. You've got 100 songs. You got 3 albums and streaming.
Yeah, then you have like a good show with like all of you guys performing.
So yeah, now we got a squad that's bought in. My homie Jamal about to drop his album, his first mixtape album, but he's the dude that recorded all my early music. Like I had, I'll say 5 tapes that most people know me by as Cali King James.
Yeah.
And that was like 2011, 2012. I did Blue Dream 1, Blue Dream 2, Blue Dream 3, and I did a project called Jettison, and then another project called Jettison 2. And they're really just me spazzing, spitting ridiculous bars, but trying to find my sound, but telling people I'm not ready for I'm not ready to really be a rapper yet. But I go back and listen to that shit. I'm like, man, you was ready as fuck. Like you could have did it then. But
just you're like, what do you call that? Skill wise ready, but just not emotionally ready.
Yeah, not confident. I didn't know that was as tight as it was.
Yeah.
But
yeah, like
shit.
they say, like we're our worst critics, right? There's a lot of people I talk to, especially like clothing people, and they tell me the only reason I'm not personally bigger than I am like with HC is because of me. Like I'm the roadblock. You know what I mean? Because like nothing is ever good enough. It's not right yet. I'm holding off on this, and I make these stupid like reasons for it. You know what I mean? So let's say like you had a dope album.
That was me with this album.
Yeah, and like
that shit got pushed back so many times, so many different recombinations of songs.
Yeah, like that bar is not right yet. And the
waste of time and money, and my engineer Justin Truelove's time. Like he fucking reworked the song so many times to my like specific likings, just random parts. And that shit was hot. A year ago, I could have dropped that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I love the those like side dialogues though, like how he's like, what's it say? It says something like, you need to get back to rapping. You know what I mean? Like
that's the
quit all your talk about
that's the homie Phil.
That quitting and all that. You know, you're wasting time.
And what's iconic about him saying that is those are conversations me and him had all the time. Like that's not fake.
Yeah.
Like that's real. That's why he really, when he recorded that, he one-taked it. Like it was perfect. He just said what he said, and it was fucking perfect for the album. Because me and him really talk like that. He'd look at me and be like, for years, I'll write a dope ass verse. He'd be like, yeah, that shit sucked. Write another one. Yeah, that shit sucked. Write another one.
Oh, that's good though to have.
Oh, he was pushing me. He was like, nah, you gotta be better. You gotta be better. You gotta be better.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. Shout out to homie Phil. So that's why I had to get him on that. And Dre too. Like those were the conversations. Dre be like, you gonna quit?
Yeah.
Like, bro, you want to stop? You want to not do this? You want to put less time into it? You don't want to do these shows? Like, are you high? Yes.
Yeah, and he was like, kind of like, you were a hero to him. You're gonna like quit, you know?
That's crazy because that fool's my hero too.
But yeah, but I think that's dope to have a mutual respect, and it's crazy because you guys are so very different. You know what I mean? But together, all of your guys' songs are always good. Like a super dope one is Bangarang.
Oh yeah.
Like your verses on there are so hard, dude. Like,
yeah. Dre said, what did he say? He said something. So maybe I'll switch to porn, leave a bitch torn. She ain't even seen my final form.
Yeah. Oh, and that hit you because
in the booth, like, bro, what?
Yeah.
The Dragon Ball Z line, like,
yeah.
And like the subtle one too. He didn't have to name drop like a lot of the squares do to try to make it seem like they watch anime.
Yeah.
That was dope.
He's got a lot like that too, and then he's got that one line that you probably like, how he talks about like a fox like
Megan.
Or like a spirit like Nine Tails, a fox like Megan.
Yeah.
And you're like, Nine Tails where? You know?
Yeah. You know,
because you're like the championship Pokemon.
Right now, man. You got any Pokestops around here?
Yeah, I think so. I think there is one right there.
I'm gonna keep my phone off because then I'll just be playing Pokemon here.
Yeah. That's funny. So like, how many Pokemon do you have, or like?
Oh man, like right now like 300, but I could have 350, but I'm always constantly deleting.
Yeah. Did you drop money in the game?
I'll say over the course of me playing it, $30 over the last 2 years.
Oh, that's pretty good, dude. You know, like, cause I was sitting here, and then I wanted to play. I kept on seeing people walk by, and then I kept on buying those magic, the things for the stops.
The lures.
Yeah, the lures.
So people will pull up.
Yeah. So then like, cause this one, if I were to like stand on the edge right here, like I can reach it. So then I was like trying to get.
Oh yeah. That's me. I used to work at a bar for a little while, and there was one across the street, and I would like, I could walk to like the far side of the bar and like check my phone, like, oh, got it. Yeah. I'm a Pokemon nerd. I have my things that, you know, most rappers probably wouldn't be proud of talking about.
No, I think that's dope too. I mean,
I'm a human being. Fuck your perception. I don't care what you think about me. I just want you to listen to my music. I am a very weird nigga. Leave it at that.
No, I mean, I think that's cool too. And then you were doing all the health stuff, right? Like, is that new to you?
It's new-ish. I'm always unlocking it. I grew up a very fat, chubby, giant young man. At one point in time, I was 380 pounds.
Oh, damn.
Got down to like 250.
Yeah.
Not proud of this at all. I'm not saying this to be cool. I got into lean and sodas every day for 2 years. I got back up to 350 like it was nothing.
But you're tall as well, right?
Yeah, been trickling back down ever since. Quit that about 2 years ago, and now it's just learning more about food. I'm starting to find out so much shit about the shit we put in our bodies, and it's like it's been easy to get down from 350 this time. Like I'm at like 275 right now, trying to see 225. But it's more about just knowing what I put in my body. It's not trying to be healthy or on a diet. It's just like, damn, I know if I eat that, I'm gonna feel like this. I know if I put this in my body, these things could happen. I know if I'm fucking always eating this bullshit, I'm gonna fucking get cancer soon. Just because we live in the age of information, for the most part, we know what's doing what to us. It's just sometimes we get marketed so heavy. When you fucking see a cheeseburger from McDonald's every 2 hours on TV, and
well,
not
it's
telling you
convenient
anything
too.
bad about it, like you don't mind that you saw a whole ass documentary about how a motherfucking gained weight, and got sick, got pimples and all kind of shit. But you completely forget that because that 2 for $3.50 look fire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, it does.
And that salad is $13 versus these 2 cheeseburgers for $4.
Yeah. Nah, true that. Do you watch a lot of those like Netflix documentaries and stuff?
Yeah, but I try not to get caught up in documentaries. I watch them going in like, yo, you gotta still be you at the end of this. Don't let them sell you anything.
So
don't drink the juice.
Yeah.
Because a lot of those documentaries, when they start doing like the reenactments and stuff like that and stuff like, you really buy into stories that are made up, not so much documentary or 100% truth anymore.
Based on some.
You're creating narratives. You're giving people personalities and characters based on a script now, and that can't be true.
Who's gonna play you in the Cali the Dreamer documentary? Dre Cat?
He do a good job. It just he wouldn't sell the part very well. You know what? It have to be a young, semi-chubby cat. Maybe the dude who did Blindside could play me like later in life.
Oh yeah.
Trying to think who could play me young. You seen Terrio?
No, I haven't seen
Terrio could be me from like 6th, 7th, 8th grade. Yeah, little fat entertainer kid. He's funny as hell, but he's more fat than funny. And I think people laugh at him more than his jokes. But I looked just like that motherfucker when I was like 8th and 9th grade.
So when you were like 8th and 9th grade, and you were like heavy and stuff, did people fuck with you or like?
Nah, because 8th and 9th grade, I developed the confidence about myself. I had been picked on so much that by like 7th, 8th grade, I was like, fuck it, I'm the shit. Fuck what you bitches think. Fuck what anyone tells me. I am fat, but I'm fat and confident. And
So you already established that.
Yeah,
you were
and
like,
I played sports and shit, so what people knew me by was like, that's the big guy, and he's athletic as shit. Like, I don't understand how someone's that fat and can jump that high or run that fast. And I played sports, and that's how I met Drake. Me and Drake had met in not like 9th grade from sports and shit like that. I whooped his team's ass. But sorry. Outside of that, just really tried to. I think the whole weight loss thing came around that time. Like, I had to figure it out then because I was 300 pounds in 9th grade.
Oh yeah.
Like, I was a big ass kid.
Yeah.
So like it was always trying to figure it out. Like didn't come from family with good healthy eating habits and shit like that. So
which is normal. I mean, I don't think there was a lot of options for healthy eating, until like maybe 10 years ago.
Yeah, and we're all learning. Like I don't blame my parents because they didn't know and they're learning just like I am. Shit.
I always trip out. You know that Fresh and Easy? Do you remember that? And like they're gone now, But I feel like if they came out now, they'd be big. But it's like
they were definitely ahead of their time.
They were ahead of their time, and like people were like, "Oh, it's expensive."
Now they're about to start doing the Amazon stores, and the Amazon store is low key a similar concept outside of a checkout. Like,
oh, is it?
Everything being electronic. I throw it in my cart and I walk out to charge my card as I walk out. I'm pretty sure you'd have to be like, it's either got to be a credit card or you have to have like preloaded amount because other people just be walking out with shit. But
How do you feel about Amazon? Like, just as a monster, like they're.
I fuck with Amazon. It's sad to see people lose their jobs and industries go away because of technology.
Yeah.
But shit, new ones are being created, and it's up to us to learn, information to grow. But Amazon's the shit, man. I order everything from Amazon.
Yeah. No, I hear that. But it's like the game has changed so much, and Amazon's a huge part of it. I'm not gonna lie, like we needed mics for this podcast, and I was like, dude, check these out on Amazon, like, and then we plugged them in, like, hey, it works.
Yep.
Like,
even if you get like, I buy knockoff iPhone chargers and cords all the time, and they end up working better, or they'll send me a pack of like 4 for $14. Shits will last longer than the ones I get from Apple.
It's crazy though. It's just like, I mean, maybe because I'm an old head, but I always trip out like the game has changed so much.
Oh, dude, I remember Google, just because I feel like all the internet boom took off. Like I watched it. My generation was like, we went from, I think in 3rd grade, you remember the program Basic, where you type in like computer language type shit, and you can make animations happen. Pretty much understanding computer language at a very basic level. We went from that and Oregon Trail.
And like where in the world is Carmen Sandiego and stuff.
To Crash Bandicoot. In fucking like 2-3 years, dude. Like, went from like to discs, you know what I'm saying? And then from discs to downloadable content.
Did it blow your mind when you saw like emulators like later? And they were like, and you could fit like 1,000 games on this like little disc, and you realize like those cartridges had next to nothing. Like
I remember so it's gonna show my age. I am 30, by the way, but I remember fucking bringing in papers on floppy disks. My mom having to go to Staples to buy floppy disks, and 512 megabytes being expensive as shit. Like crazy expensive. Now you get fucking 512 gigs for the same price for 512 megabytes. And
then they had those. Then they changed it to the hard disk, the 3.5-inch floppy. But they used to have like those giant floppies. I was raised on a computer that had the slot for both of them. So the big one was always kind of foreign to me. I was like, what the fuck goes in there? But then like grew up and like, oh shit, y'all have floppy disks that big? Like that looks like a fucking like a real file. Yeah, what is this, a record?
That's a real file. Like,
it's
nuts. Technology's fucking changing everything. Like I feel like just a couple years ago we were still buying CDs. Like I was just talking to my homie Daniel like 3-4 years ago. He was telling me I'm never doing fucking streaming service. Like that shit is stupid, a waste of money. I'm not paying monthly for music. I'll just download it and I got a streaming service now. Like everyone has that.
But how hard is it as an MC with a thing like streaming service? You know what I mean? Like I feel like now the game has changed where it's like you're not really selling music. Like you need to go perform, and that's where you make your money for the most part. Like and merch, and
you still can get bread off streaming. You know what I mean? You can get bread off streaming. But yeah, you get so much more bread off like the hand to hands. It's still the face to face interactions are gonna seal your bigger transactions.
But streaming is hard versus like before. I mean, I had to buy an album, and then when Napster shut down, and like
it's just harder to support your artists. I feel like just because what streaming services did is it automated the process. It took a lot of middlemen out. It's giving a lot of people the opportunity to make music, and it's good and bad. You have a lot of saturated market with dealing with rap. A lot of people suck. A lot of people friends do the blinds, the fake support thing where they're kind of laughing at them at the same time, and they're sharing and supporting, but it grows. It's still how I say, there's still a lane for it. And just because the technology's already in place for that to happen. So if I'm a kid at home recording on GarageBand and all I gotta do is pay $20 for somebody to upload my shit to the streaming services, $100 probably guarantee it stays there forever and it's never gonna be taken down. Like it's just that type of accessibility says you gotta hustle hard, you gotta figure out more of a niche, and you gotta grow with the times. Like you do gotta sell more merch. You gotta figure out a new way as an artist to make that money, just because music isn't coming just from the big artists or the labels anymore. Music is all around us. Like everyone's making music now. And I used to, like before I used to be like that's terrible. That's a terrible thing. But I think it's dope now.
Once you just accept that it's not changing.
Can't go back.
So like for people out there, how do they support like by streaming, like by them playing your songs
Absolutely.
daily, all
Absolutely.
that stuff? That helps.
Show a friend. If you really like it,
Yeah.
show somebody. Just because I feel like that does so much more. You know, share a playlist or go out of your way to just hit up the artist and be like, yo, I fuck with you. A lot of people subconsciously are always looking for a way to support you without saying it. And I think by having product, it allows people to just come to you. It's easy. It's not like,
Yeah.
you know, because I feel like a lot of people come to me a lot of the time like, damn, bro, I want you to be famous. I think you should be famous. How do I help you do that? And I'm like, damn, you don't really know what it takes. I can tell by how you came at me like that, but at the same time, you appreciate that so much because then you know when you have merch available, it's, you know, that's that person locked in to buy it. But that shit is necessary.
Nowadays, right?
Yeah, need that. If you're really about your hustle, you gotta have an appearance, you know, regularly. People gotta hear you perform. You gotta put your music out there, and you gotta have some type of tangible object that people can have, and that's it. Like outside of that, you grow, and the person who can do it the most, the fastest, wins. Like you get a chance.
Yeah.
I feel like the recipe is not. People are like, damn, how do we make it? Like more of what you're doing.
I think more of what you're doing, and unfortunately, like it weeds out the people because it's hard work. I have a friend who did a project, and then he said he thought it failed because it didn't get the reception that he thought, you know. And I was telling him, I don't think it failed. I think it's just in order to get the reception, there's so many other things. Like you're not just based on the project itself anymore. It's like you're based on your look, Instagram, like your post, you know, how interesting you are.
Absolutely.
Things like that, your personality.
And a lot of the times, are you associated with whatever project or brand you're establishing? And I think a lot of times you have to ask yourself, how am I impacting this positively, and then how am I impacting this negatively? Like you said earlier, getting out the way, like you being in the way of your own process. Sometimes that's it.
Because now too, I mean, like you said, like a brand. I mean, I've always kind of thought as a brand because I have a clothing brand, which is like, those have been known for being brands, you know what I mean? But now like the Instagram technology age, whatever, it's like you guys are all brands. Your screen handle is a brand. You know what I mean?
Very much
And
so.
like, and that changes the game too. Like it's that's very different, right?
Yeah, I think it has everything to do with how people perceive you, and I think we have opportunities as artists, as rappers, to make people, you know, believe things sometimes or mislead people. But I think a lot of the times the genuine artists get recognized is because people connect. People can tell when something's fake. A lot of times it's hard in rap.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you can always pick a real motherfucker out when you have a conversation.
I want to talk about like your current project, right? Well, just in general, you've done a lot of like collaborative stuff with a bunch of artists, right? You've always done that throughout your career?
Oh yeah. Like I said, my homie Jamal pretty much was the man that recorded all my music. We probably got like 200, 300 songs. I say that loosely just because a lot of them didn't get put out. So many things we just did over time, just two dudes.
But you
creating.
kept them, right? Like.
Oh yeah, we got. He just told me the other day, one laptop we thought we lost, with like a bunch of shit on it. He turned it on the other day, and that shit worked. So probably put some of that shit out. But it's been him, the homie Phil, my homie K Fresh. The homie K Fresh he's in the military right now, but like damn, easily our #1 supporter. Dude should be rapping with us, like amazing artist. But he grew up. He had a studio in the bottom of his house. It's his pop studio, and that's kind of where we all came to form and really practice the craft. And Dre Cat was working with him at Vans and brought him over to the studio.
Oh yeah, Dre Cat talked about him. Yeah.
So yeah, that's how me and Dre Cat got rekindled, because I had known Dre from high school. I ended up going to school with somebody else. He worked with somebody else.
Yeah.
That person bring Dre over to the house, and it's like, oh, I know you.
Yeah.
So like, it was dope, and watching it go from that to where we are today is dope because we have all the same people involved. I work with the homie Swag Mafioso a lot, and just over the last 7-8 years, me and that dude spent so much time together, just working on music. I feel like we have a sound together. that motherfuckers really can't imitate. Like we just know how to do us very well.
Yeah.
And it goes with the crew. Like I think everyone I do music with is 7-8 years doing music together,
Yeah.
and we all just have this belief in one another that this shit is gonna work out.
Is there a reason why you guys didn't form a group?
Yeah, because we all believe in ourselves individually, and we also feel like we're all very different artists, but we all individually believe we are the shit and should get that spotlight. And that's what I feel like. I feel like we still move like a group. A lot of us, like it's still big team effort.
Yeah.
Pulling a lot of shit together, but shit, Drake had got a lot of dope songs on his own, and I got a lot of shit I want to do, and we shouldn't limit that at all. We still gonna come together and make these fire songs together.
Yeah, no,
but I
that's
feel
true.
like it pushes his artistry better. He's nailing a whole market. I'm nailing a slightly different market.
I guess it's kind of like
When we come
Hyro.
together, it's
like
Voltron. Like,
yeah, it's very similar to like hieroglyphics, right? Where
Yeah.
like, you know, Casual was like good enough to go on his own. You know
and
what I
do
mean?
his own thing, and that's
yeah,
what
and like Doe.
we just starting like that. Like I feel like we still people still think sometimes like damn they're a group, but we just so about the team. Like there's nothing I wouldn't do for him. I'm gonna go in on all his features and vice versa.
Yeah.
We love music and to do it together, and so I feel like that shouldn't hinder us from our individual efforts. Just because I feel like Drake deserves that shine as that individual artist, putting so much work to get where he is. I feel like all my homies individually deserve that, and that is going to be the opportunity I think we're going to have once somebody makes it. Like just because we're so team oriented, I can't see any one of us making it and everybody not being involved anymore. Like
Yeah.
that's for sure. Like maybe if I get signed, I might fucking form a group with Dre. If I get 1,000 fans tomorrow, like who knows what we gonna do next?
Yeah.
But right now I'm Cali the Dreamer, Dre Cat, Jamal, Swag. Hell of niggas I'm not shouting out, they gonna kill me. But
Well, it's hard. It's hard. Like it's like that, you know. To think about everyone. I think those that know you already know who you're referring to. You know what I mean? Like they get it. You know. I don't think it's hard. For
They know the group. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
They see it and then they know it. But I'm really trying to think of us that do the rap shit. But I mean, there's a lot. There's my homie Khalil, who's a photographer and producer. Fire ass beats. He made a couple beats for Rossi on some of Rossi's older shit.
Oh, nice.
He did a beat for me on a song I did called Peace and Truth, and it's like one of my favorite songs of all time. But he also shot the cover of No Turn Unstoned.
Oh, okay, that's dope too.
Like,
I saw
he took
that
picture. And
Yeah.
It's like I tried to
he did
involve
those
the team.
effects too, like the that cloud like moving and stuff.
That was my homie did that with an app. The one homie just did that and sent it to me. Like
that's dope though.
Yeah, hella dope. I was like, this looks hella professional.
Yeah.
But that's what a lot of people have been reaching out to me with artwork and different things, and I appreciate everybody for fucking with it because I feel like this is easily the most well-received project I've ever done in my life, and I think it's indicative to the work that I've put in, the amount of time I've put in, and now I see it. Now I do have a new sense of belief, like, oh yeah, I am gonna do this. I am gonna make it.
Yeah.
And everybody with me is gonna make it because now I see the recipe. I gotta put more time, more effort, more money into it, and it grows. Like
well, even after this, you're going to the studio again.
I mean, I'm about to go rap.
It's like you just came out with a project, and then now you're gonna go and do that. You know, you're already on to the next thing.
Yeah, I need features. I need everything just because I want that project to live. I feel like it gets pushed a little bit better when you're out here and you're still doing the work.
Yeah.
I'm also working on the second version of No Turn Unstoned too. I'm trying to get that done soon.
Oh wow. So, like on No Turn Unstoned, you have a lot of features from other artists. Mm-hmm. Like, is there a reason why you chose those specific artists? Or
yeah, for sure. The homie Swag, he's on the outro with the other homie Ghost Dad. Me and Swag been doing music damn near 10 years together, and it just feels like I can't put nothing out without having him on it. Especially recently, like he's grown into just a beast of an artist, and I feel like I listen to his shit so much in my spare time. Like I'm a fan of like one of my best friends, and that shit is crazy.
Yeah.
Like on the way over here, I'm bumping Drake Cat.
Yeah.
And so these are the people that gotta be on my album. Like if I made an album, like I always think like if I can make an album, I want it with these people. And then when I got to make my album, I was like, damn, I want it with these people, and it ended up being my friends. And shout out to Ghost Dad. Ghost Dad is probably the person I've known the shortest, but I got that feature locked in through my homie Swag, because they fuck with each other so heavy. So it was something that, you know, we worked out some business to be able to get that done, and I'm just super happy with it. Super happy with it, just because I feel like nothing was forced. Everything's genuine. These are my friends on this.
Yeah.
And so I'm just excited that everybody got to be a part of it. Even the interludes and shit, it's the homies talking shit.
Yeah, but the interludes are so dope. Who was the one that was saying, you know what, I'm sick of this, just PayPal me the money for the beats?
Justin True Love. Justin True Love is mostly responsible for how good that fucking album sounds. Like, did a lot of executive producing, like a lot of moving around of sounds and instruments, and fucking mixed it to where it sounds like it's audio quality like nothing I've ever released before. I'm trying to work with that dude forever.
So there's a lot that goes into creating an album, right?
If you're doing it the right way.
Yeah. I can see that. And I would say this one is done the right way. I mean, from the artwork to the...
I appreciate that.
You know,
I probably could have did a couple more things, but I did want to give it like a real album feel. Like
and then you even had that... the part where you were like talking and you were in Colorado or whatever, you know, up in the mountains. Well, what were you doing out there? You know, like, first of all, like where were you?
Been to Colorado one time.
Yeah.
It was a business trip. Got a little weed. Got too wasted. Found myself in a couple weird situations. Like my life leads me. I rave a lot and I do weird shit.
Yeah.
And so it puts me in weird. I'm the type of person that go into a bar, and if I'm feeling social, I make 10 new lifelong friends.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of happened in Colorado.
The most recent time?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like
it's the only time I've been. I've been one time. I'm trying to go back. I wanted to go when Drake was out there.
Yeah. That was dope though. You know, you had the aerial footage and all that, like, and then you feel like, damn, this is a dope project. You know what I mean? It's so easy to just do it with the Instagram video with your homie pressing play or record and just super whack, right? You can get away with that now.
You really can. And I feel like sometimes the technology is up to par.
Yeah. You know?
And you can find yourself, you can get weird with a friend and get lost and get some fire footage somewhere, but sometimes a lot of motherfuckers cut corners and they expect it to be held at an industry standard, to be judged at an industry standard. And that's what I learned with this album. Like, a lot of my music was unmixed, it wasn't professionally recorded, and I learned people aren't receptive to something. No matter how dope your bars are, how good your song structure is, that shit don't matter if it don't sound good. But if you can make it sound like, you know, it's professionally recorded, people entertain it like it's real professionally recorded shit.
Yeah. That hits a whatever with me. I was actually talking to Drake Cat about it. I've also talked to Carinoe about it, and I had this thought where, like, a lot of people, especially San Diego, you hear this thing where, like, oh, people don't give us credit for the shit we do, or, you know what I mean, and they're not really feeling our stuff, and just kind of got this like chip on our shoulder. But I would say to that, are we as creatives like putting out the best stuff we can to represent us as artists, or is it just acceptable to kind of put subpar stuff out, you know, as far as San Diego? And it's like, oh, that would be cool. Like, you wouldn't have to go to Colorado, shoot that amazing shot, and it would still be okay to people. People would be like, oh yeah, fuck this, Cali the Dreamer, new album, and they'll still spread it out, you know what I mean, and let people know.
Yeah, people will fuck with. Well, I feel like I said, when something's out of town or another location that's not here is validated. When people don't know your videographer and you shoot a dope video, in their head, how the fuck did you do this? When people hear a dope song and they don't understand the process or the time that you put into it, a lot of like they don't get it. They're like, oh, it's a good song, he's gonna do that forever, and that's not the reality. But as an artist, that doesn't mean what you did is not art. And I feel like we hold ourselves to those standards, and that's the standards we should hold ourselves to. but be careful when judging other people's music, other people's art, just because it may not look like 100% to you, or it's not your 100% or your best effort or the best you could do, but to them that could have been fucking blood, sweat, and tears.
No, I hear that.
And that's what for me, I tell Dre a lot. Like, I don't like when people tell me like, bro, how are you this dope? How'd you think up those lines? Like, that's the last thing I want to hear as a rapper, because it's like everyone who does this, you know how you get dope. You know how you think of lines. Like, it's time, bro. It's time and effort. Yeah. And the dopest artists don't ask me that. Like, the artists I fuck with, that's not something they would ever say to me. Like, they walk in with that confidence, like they're the best.
Yeah, I hear that too.
And that's why I think rap is so competitive in its nature. That, like I said, I'm a fan of the culture, and I like that shit about the culture. Like, I don't want it to change. I don't like the fact that you can't tell somebody they suck.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's too sensitive a little bit these days, to where you can't even judge art.
Yeah, I mean, I hear that too. I just think that, you know, if people like display their package to the point where, like, let's say it made it. Let's say, for example, No Turn Unstoned showed up at Jay-Z's house, and he got a chance to listen to it, and you had that one chance for him to like play it, you know, and he listened to it in its entirety. Like, do you feel like
he gonna call me?
Yeah.
Call me.
So what I'm saying is, a lot of people don't believe in themselves that they're gonna have that chance, and a lot of people don't put their best foot forward to be like, what if? They don't have the what if.
What if Jay-Z
They're
heard
just
this?
like, oh, what if the barbershop down the street fucks with it? You know what I mean? Like, they're thinking small. But nowadays, I think with technology, Instagram, the reach, I mean, it can hit. Like, you can be, like, for some reason in Tokyo, they might fuck with Cali the Dreamer, and like next week you're on a plane in Tokyo doing shows.
In Tokyo.
Yeah, like that's just.
I tell all my friends that are artists, just because I feel like I don't believe that about myself enough sometimes, that like, yo, dude, somebody could hear this, you know, 3 borderlines away, and fucking that be the reason you pop. Or, you know, it's not who you know that's gonna be the reason why you're successful in something that takes, you know, action by thousands of people. You know, if I need thousands of fans to buy in, then I gotta be consistent with my actions, and I need them to be actionable on what I want them to do, which is listen to my music, buy my merch. And I say that to say, like, I'm not trying to be that guy that's what I'm in it for. In it for the music, 100%. But I want it presented in a way to where I know forever, like, damn, I put my best fucking foot forward. I gave it everything.
Well, because you're an artist, and it's like, now it's the full package. I mean, and it's hard now too, because a lot of these big artists that people don't realize, like Kanye, Jay-Z, Travis Scott, whatever, they have a team. They have money, and like, they have employees that are getting paid legit money to make their merch, to book the studio time, to do these like photo shoots, you know what I mean? But a lot of us out here, we're like one-man teams.
Yeah.
Like trying to fill all those roles and make it the best we can. So, it's like it's crazy. You're competing with the Travis Scotts and shit like that.
Yeah, with people who have.
It's all level.
Oh yeah.
It's just like, do you have the resources to like make an impact? You know what I mean?
I think it's just making the people around you believe.
Yeah.
And buying. I feel a lot of things, how you feel about yourself and what you're doing is reflective to the people you keep around you. And I feel like that's why as artists we get so burnt out. I like to say we're like, you know, cars with an engine that takes, you know, a very particular type of gas.
Yeah.
And what happens is we fucking run all day and that gas runs out. We don't have anybody else around us to help fill that shit out, because it comes from within. We're burning through this shit to get it done.
I hear
One
that.
man show, like you said. But, you know, if you can change the people around you, they can give you that fuel daily, because good people around you identify your needs. They identify where you need help, and they get involved.
Yeah.
Friends or family, you don't got to judge people based on that. But I think that's what it is. And for me, I think I half-assed my effort so long that I had the opportunity to build a team 5-6 times. People got lives. People got their own dreams. People figured things out.
Yeah.
And they also can't people aren't gonna hustle harder for you and something that's supposed to be doing for
Yeah,
you.
it's like
you gotta go hard too.
It's kind of like those movies where like I always trip out when like the general sends in all the troops and he's just like sitting up there on his horse and then like runs away. But it's like the ones that are down go in and fight too, right? Like
absolutely.
And you got like, especially as this independent artist, creative stuff, you need to be in the ropes or in the ring too, like.
And that law of attraction gonna make it happen. Like somebody's gonna identify it if your talent's there or your hustle's there. Yeah. Somebody's gonna identify it and then help you out. And if not, change your fucking friends.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, you know, I really believe in what you guys do. You know, I'm not like, real talk, like I'm not familiar with all the artists that you've mentioned. And I'm part of the problem too. Like, I don't know, I gotta pay more attention or whatever. You know,
I feel like it's so many of them. I can't blame you for that. Everybody rap now.
Yeah, you know, but I do listen to Drake Cat, and you did stick out to me, and I started listening to your stuff as well.
Appreciate that.
And the one thing that I would say, the same thing I told Drake Cat, is that I feel like you guys are local artists, based on like geography. Do you know what I mean? But I don't think that your sound is local. Like, it has the ability to spread farther than, you know, this area. So the way I word it to people is that, like, yeah, geographically you're local, but I don't consider you guys like local MC. Like, you're not the guy on the corner just rapping to his friends. You know what I mean? Like, like your sound can go much farther. And as a fan, and just as a fan, like, I hope that can happen. You know what I mean? I hope that someone out there listening to this, I mean, it's not a huge podcast. I'm not like Joe Rogan, you know what I mean? Like, but hopefully one person out there will be like, oh yeah, like, let me listen to what this guy's saying, you know? Like, I've mentioned you like multiple times on this, and maybe now will be the time, like, oh yeah, okay, I'll listen.
I'll give him a try. Yeah, I can guarantee for anybody who likes rap, if you give me a genuine listen, it may not be something you bump all the time, but you'll see what I'm talking about. Like, you'll get the picture, and you see that I've put that time in, you know, to create that, and that's all I want. I'm not doing it for me so I can brag and say, well, I'm the fucking best, but I really want people to identify the amount of time and effort that goes into making something like that. Just appreciate it for what it is.
No, you could tell though, because I mean, your sound is very distinct, and I also think the bars don't come just like, that's not stuff you just like spit out. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of thought involved. There's a lot of the story behind it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And there's like one line that always sticks out, and like you could probably say it. Well, you definitely would say it better than me. I like mess up lyrics.
That's all right. Okay. That's all right.
But you have that one line where it says, "Talent is something that you need to have," or something, or like something about hard work.
Hard work beats talent, but talent is something that you need to have.
Yeah. For sure. And I definitely think you got all that. You know what I mean? And you definitely have the hard work too, like that you're putting out. I think also like the decision to eat healthier and be healthier for yourself, it's just gonna help you in the long run, because before you know it, you will be doing more shows. You will need the energy. You will. And
that's really what it is. That's what it is. Like I see myself in it.
Because you believe in it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You need to be around.
I believe in it. That belief is so strong for myself, and I see it for the people around me. I see it for the artists that do shows with me. Like, San Diego's dope in so many different ways, and I know as soon as it does get the little bit of attention, I feel like it could be me, it could be Rick Scales, it could be Dre Cat, it could be the homie Swag, it could be anybody that literally just pops and causes the city to get a little bit more attention, and then for that anybody else get on, then we did what we were supposed to do. I think that's what it's about. Just bring the light here.
Yeah, I mean, I do feel that, and I know, like, shout out Kari. Kari's probably watching this. Kari has Sir Kari, that's how you could find him. But he has a podcast too, or like, was it a vlog or interview series?
Yep.
619. So you can find that, and you can find a lot of information on Cali the Dreamer on there too. That was a real good interview. But I know Sir Kari feels real strongly about putting the city on and things like that. And you said something that kind of sparked the thought, but like, more light shining here. But I guess for me, I used to think like that. Like I wanted to shine a lot of light here, but I feel like it's very tiring and very hard. So I'm almost like a Debbie Downer when people are like, shine light here, shine light here. I'm
Do it
thinking
for the
like,
city.
yeah,
and put the city on.
I'm so angry with it, and bitter that I'm like, you know what? Like screw that. Let's shine the light elsewhere. Let's shine our light. Let's project our light out, rather than wait for them to come.
That's what my goal is. Cause I was telling you, I get excited over 2 plays in another city that I've never seen before. Like that shit gets me fired up. It's like, damn, what if I could perform there? And then they listen to my music and they see my featuring artists. Like I do a lot of my features because I do think if I make it, I want this person to be heard. If I make it, I want this person to be heard. And that's what it's about. Because San Diego gets shunned so much in that regards, and just in regards to music. A lot of people say we suck or we don't make good music or we don't have what it takes to make it. And
I think that's false. I mean, that's like...
Yeah, that's absolutely bullshit. It's just everything has its time. And we have to still be doing things up to par. We still have to be doing what we're doing when the time comes. If everyone is not doing what they're supposed to be doing, if everyone's still not going hard, then we're still not going to get it. But I feel like now is the environment, it's the perfect environment to be able to do that. Just because you don't have to do it here. You could do like what Dre did, went on tour, a couple cities. I'm pretty sure somebody saw my name in some way, shape, or form from him doing that, and I got a couple followers, a couple plays, a couple listens. Like that's what it's about. It's about genuinely fucking with people so that like the fans can see it. Like, and if you don't want to, I feel like if you don't fuck with somebody, don't make music with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when the fans see that genuine shit, it's like, okay, this San Diego, that's how San Diego rock, and that's all I want.
Yeah, I mean, I do think it's dope to be here, and I do think it's dope to represent here. So, like, don't get it twisted.
Oh yeah, no. I feel you on that, but it's our time. It's overdue.
I do feel what's crazy now is that, especially with Instagram, like we're in an Instagram era. So, regardless of what anyone says, like Instagram is like huge right now, and your competition is no longer local. No one's local anymore. There's no such thing as local. Like, there's German streetwear brands following my shit, copying shit, or you know what I mean?
Yep.
And
that's
all
sick,
eyes
bro.
are everywhere.
That's fucking
like
sick.
Like eyes are everywhere, and it's all fair game. Like we're on this world platform where we're no longer. Your geography doesn't really matter as much. I do think it's dope to have local support because I think it boosts your morale. That if your hometown supports
Fucks
you,
with you.
But
sure.
At the same time, like we're not our competition. The world is out to get all of us. Like not like aliens and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But it's like your competition is some dude in Florida, the Dreamer. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That there's some guy out there. Look, like X was real big.
Yep.
And some dude in Florida, and like probably like on a garage band, and you know what I mean, and blew up, and
that's all it takes. Like a lot of people don't realize how much those a lot of overnight successes seem like overnight successes, but they're not, and then vice versa. Like sometimes you're stuck in your grind so long that just a blessing comes along and lift you straight to the top. And that's why I like to say, like, don't be not doing what you're supposed to be doing to receive your blessing. If you've been wanting to make it big in music and you ain't made a song in the last 2 years, you can't blame nobody but you.
Yeah, the wants won't get the exposure.
Yeah. And it's do the work.
Yeah.
If it's meant to be, somebody will come along, help you make it happen. For sure. Every time. And I feel like that's in everything. Like that law of attraction, that positive energy, that me dedicating my time and believing in order to see a return. Like it's everything. A lot of people just want instant gratification, and that shit don't work.
So you're a big believer in that, the law of attraction?
Law of attraction, for sure. For sure. I remember I just lived a different lifestyle a couple times to where I was a different human being. And mentally has been able to like change how I think, my situation, how I'm living.
So this is so good. Like I don't want to stop.
I feel you.
But I know you got to go to the studio. So I'm not gonna take
we
too much time.
we got a little time.
But like you were talking about law of attraction. I mean, I guess to me, I'm so inspired by all you guys, like artists and stuff, because as a brand, like not different than anyone else. Like I think about this all the time. When I'm at home and I'm playing with my kids, like I'm still HC all day. Like I'm thinking how I can be better, how I can do the next thing. Like it never leaves. I'm sleeping and I'm still thinking. You know what I mean? And it's a disease. Like it's a sickness.
It is a sickness. It's fucking. Some people say it's an obsession. It's not real. Like that's why I say like it's funny when people tell you, oh, you need to get a job or get something serious. They just don't see it the same way you do, and they're not doing the activity because they do the same type of activities and they see it. They've had just enough of belief for them to wake up every day and try again. And I feel like that's what all of our crafts are. You establish yourself, you put yourself out there, you put out what you want in the world, and it comes to you. Sometimes it comes to you in the wrong ways, but that's you learning to just refine your process and attracting better things. And when I was a shitty person, I got a lot of shitty things happen to me, and I feel like I changed my mentality. I became somebody different. I try to relate to human beings a little bit more than fight them and be a jackass for no reason, and it's changed my life.
What is it called? Like on your album, he says you need to get all that negative shit out of your head, all that small dick mentality.
Oh yeah, it is. Right? Small dick energy.
Yeah, small dick energy.
Like small dick energy is you could have any size penis you want to, but if you act like you got a small dick, motherfuckers, come on, step your shit up. Like at the end of the day, act like your shit is swinging. Come out here, fucking put it down. It's having that confidence.
Yeah.
And making motherfuckers believe. That's why I made that song. Hard work beats talent, but talent is something you got to have. A lot of times, hard work beats talent because these motherfuckers are working so hard they develop the talent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people. For instance, my biggest example, Lil Yachty.
Yeah.
When he first came out, I thought that shit was terrible. Throw it away, start over, throw the whole rapper away.
Yeah.
But second album came out, I was like, oh my god, this kid can rap a little bit.
Yeah. There's a few of those guys that kind of surprised me.
Whoa, when did you learn to do that shit? But it had to be law of attraction. The motherfucker made it real for himself. He was somebody who was not a rapper, became a rapper, and now he raps decent. Like it's shit. It has got to work like that for everybody, and it does. It's a combination of practice and persistence. All the things all that corny shit people tell you should be doing in order to make it. It's real. Like people downplay it and go get a job because it's comfortable. The hourly wage is super comfortable.
Oh yeah, I mean compared to as a independent.
Absolutely, and independently getting it, but. That's why I try to tell people, like, if you got to get an hourly wage to start your business, like, don't lose sight of your dreams trying to be comfortable or trying to conform. Like, that's why I like you say if you struggle or you like to quit, it's because I come into the store and I don't see struggle and quitting. Like, I see, like, oh, this motherfucker got a storefront.
Yeah.
Clothes are fire. Like, perception is like, man, I'm bought in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I see rappers doing that so much more frequently that I know it has to happen for me. If I believe it, if I make it real for myself, it's gonna be real. It's gonna be real for everybody around me. And if it don't happen, then I'm the fool. But guess what? I'm not stopping until it does. So you gotta kill me to make me stop.
No, I mean, just as an outsider looking in, I definitely don't see like a fool or like people just hyping you up. The skills are there. You obviously know they're there, because you can hear it. And you could I'm sure you say stuff and then you laugh like damn, that was pretty dope. You know what I mean? Like because how can you not?
I ain't gonna lie, I do that. But I write more with my friends in mind. I write like, damn, when he hears this, he's gonna fucking. He thought that last shit was tight. Like that's what I really like. Trying to level up, always trying to get new shock factor. But I got to do it out of people that are closest to me. Like if those close rappers don't fuck with it, don't fuck with it.
Yeah, and I don't think it matters. I think there's so many people in the world that now it's just figuring out how to get them to see you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Hit your market.
Because there's a gang of people out there, and just in San Diego's a big city, but so is like Oklahoma City, and so is like you know, Miami and
Yeah.
all these other places. So if you can get a small, you know, like I have some good customers. So like if I could get those good customers like in every state, I'd be straight, you know, like that'd be amazing. And I think it's possible. It's just about the hard work. Have you seen that one meme where someone says like, what does it say? Something about success. Like 80% of the stuff it's not even about talent.
No.
So like, you know, being organized, being respectful and professional, all this stuff, right? And then you realize like, oh damn, that's true. And as a creative, a lot of times I've been sleeping on the 80%.
Yep.
And focusing all on the 20. When now it's like you kind of got to be balanced. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's what a lot of people don't like as artists. They don't have managers, you know, a lot anymore.
Yeah.
You do the work.
Yeah.
Just because you put it in your own hand, you don't have to share your money. But on top of that, I feel like us being a part of our own process and understanding the business is the benefit.
Yeah.
And in your situation, to where you have established dope customers already, it's about feeding them.
Yeah.
It's about, you know, it's keeping them hungry, you know, with the marketing and feeding them. And it's the same with rap, like, because now if I don't put out no new music for a couple months, I'll start this shit, build this momentum up all over again. And that's what I'm not willing to do.
Is it easy to slide back down? Like,
you get comfortable, life happens, you get girlfriends and shit like that. Like,
Carinoe.
Yeah, like I just. But me, like for instance, I'm in a relationship, and a lot of it has pushed me to do things faster, or it's motivated me in different ways, versus a lot of previous relationships have put me in a corner to where I feel like I couldn't do my craft as well or as much. So it's just finding that balance, but it's not stopping. Like, I'm willing to sacrifice a lot of things for being persistent and consistent with hip hop. And I just learned that from the artists that I fuck with. Like, it's not something I've been like, okay, this is the recipe, that's how you make it. But I'm watching everyone around me get results with the same activities, being consistent, and shit, I'm trying to do that next.
I think that's smart too, like what you said, like going back to the beginning, how there's a lot of these new guys and you could learn something from them. As much as it hurts to say like, oh damn, that's pretty dope. Like,
or damn, you might be better than me.
Yeah. You know, like I see that all the time. Like I see these brands and they start up, I'm thinking like, damn, that's fire. Like if they just stay with that, it would be amazing. But what they don't realize is like to cook this recipe takes long time.
Yeah.
You know it.
Working.
Yeah, you're talking about 8th grade. You know what I mean? Like to be the Cali the Dreamer of today, you had to like start baking in 8th grade.
Yeah.
And these guys want overnight success. They want it to be like next week, you know, ASAP Rocky's wearing my stuff or something, and it's just not that way.
That's why. So I like to say a lot lately, them and us.
Yeah.
Because for them, that's what gives us our success. Like the fact that a lot of people are going to start their business and not be here tomorrow because they didn't understand the work it took, versus we are demoralized by it. It ruins our lives sometimes.
Yeah.
And we're absolutely fucking fine with it. We're going to wake up tomorrow and do it again.
Yeah.
Because we believe that much. And that's
either that or we're stupid, you know? Or we're crazy.
Hey, fine line between crazy and genius. But fucking, it's that amount of persistence has got to make the other people around you believe, and I think that's the dopest thing. Like, I think if anything, you've established anything with this brand, you've made everyone around you believe you're a doer and that you're gonna do what you say.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them don't know the ins and outs of the business, but like you said yourself, you go through shit that make you, you know, made you want to quit, or you've quit, and you're still here, and that's what it's about. People know in my journey in hip hop, they know my ups and downs. They see me. People know I used to record. I used to perform over like, you know, my tracks and not know my words and all kind of shit. And that shit ain't cool. It took people telling me, get your shit together. Got my shit together, and now I feel like I'm the man who I'm supposed to be now. But that's just not. I quit 10 times. Like,
Yeah.
Told myself I'm done 1,000 times, but I'm still here today. So whether people think I'm a good rapper or not, I am a rapper.
And you're persistent.
Yeah, because people like now people call me a rapper because they know I rap, and I'm gonna do it tomorrow. Whether you think I'm goofy or not, or you think it's stupid, people have seen my shows been packed. You see my shows be. I've done shows with a couple hundred people. I've done shows with 2 people. I've done shows with 10 people recently. You know what I'm saying? And like that don't affect my drive. Like I'll go do a show tomorrow with 3 people in that motherfucker. Especially if the 3 people never heard me before. I'm gonna shut it down for 3 people.
You know what's crazy is like when I think about that. So I was in Santa Monica, right? And I saw this sign, and it said Far Side appearing. We're doing a show in the store. I was like, Far Side, and it said this date, and I was like, that's today, right? It's at 4. So I went into the store. I'm with like 3 friends, right? And there's no one in there. And then I was like looking around, like, dude, that's today, but there's no one here.
Yeah, no one knows.
And then as we were like, oh, maybe that's a typo, right? And then I see like Booty Brown and Imani come in, and then I was like, oh, dude, we need to like stick around. So I was pretending I was looking at clothes, what is this? And then he was fighting. They were fighting with the owners of the shop, like what's the deal? Like, you didn't promo it, or there's like nothing going on. But then, and then we're like, oh, we're here for the show, you know? And then they ended up performing for just like me and 3 other dudes. Like,
fire.
I saw Far Side, like, well, didn't have Fat Lip and it didn't have Slim Kid Trey. It was like when they broke up, kind of.
But
so I saw half of the Far Side.
Did they do any old material?
Yeah, they did. But it's a little different, you know. As a collective, like as a group, it's kind of like seeing the Fugees without Lauren. It's like,
I don't know if I'm
you saw Wyclef.
Yeah.
But the crazy thing is, though, they performed and they gave it their all, and we had no choice but to sing along with the words.
Oh, hell yeah.
And you know what? Like, after that, dude, I told everyone about their album, and I bought it. I bought merch. It's like I was hyped on it because, like, they performed for us. They gave it their all, and that was dope. So when you say, like, if there's 2 people there and I'm going to perform, like, it's like 2 people. I'd rather have 2 people that care and they came out to watch you than have 100 people like drinking and not even paying attention.
Engaged.
Like, yeah, that's whack.
And sometimes the fans are the rappers on the bill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But those are people who are about it. That's a target market right there for you.
Yeah.
The rappers you're about to rap for right now. And I don't know, I really like a lot of those intimate shows, and I learned to appreciate them just because sometimes I found some of my favorite rappers and I was like, I'm about to go home and stream this shit right now. I find all kind of undiscovered people, but at the same time you respect them for what they do.
Yeah, I mean, dude, like, you know, after hearing more about you today and kind of like just your whole journey, like, I'm even more all about it. I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna watch some more videos and like stream some more stuff, you know. I hope that everyone else does the same too. Like, you know, these people that I have on Hotel Charlie, like, they're not Jay-Z's or anything like that. I'm not this big brand, but you know what? Like, these people have heart, and I hope out there that you can see, like, they're normal people like all of us. And some of you guys, I'm sure, are watching this and you have dreams of your own, but you're just kind of scared to put that like next foot forward. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But all these people are out here like trying, and your support from home, like clicking, following, liking, telling someone that might enjoy it, whatever, like, it means the world.
That's what it's about.
Like, more eyes, more ears, you know. I appreciate it, and I'm really about everyone that's been on, you know. But I definitely like support you. I definitely think we're lucky to have you from here, because I think when you blow up, like, that's dope to say I'm from San Diego. What? Because they could just say, I'm from California, like Cali the Dreamer, you know.
Like, I need people to love the city like I do. Like,
yeah.
And everything we're doing, and vice versa. I appreciate you just because I feel like before I really knew you, like, I was a fan of what you're doing already.
No, I appreciate that.
Like, and that shit is sick to be able to do this.
That means a lot too, because, you know, sometimes like people, I mean, I want people to like it for what it is without knowing me, you know what I mean? But nowadays I feel like they kind of have to know me too.
Yeah.
To fuck with it. It's like part of the whole world, you know?
Yeah, it's part of the brand.
No, it means a lot, you know, like, because I'm living my dream, you know. Mm-hmm. I could be in a cubicle you know, I could be that small dick energy, like,
Yep.
and I've thought that way.
Yep.
And I'm trying my hardest to make this shit happen, like make it happen for my wife, make it happen for my kids, make it happen for myself. You know, but as you have a family and stuff, you start dividing it all, and but really, it's a dream for people out there too, like to pursue it, and yeah, avoid that energy, because it's easy to just consume you. You know what I mean? And it's like that law of attraction. It's easy for that to just engulf you.
Yeah.
You know? So hearing that, I'm going to look that stuff up tonight too. Because I need to flip that negative energy, and I need to start having some more.
Flip it on his head, body slam him up. Just because that really is everything. And sometimes that energy you move with, it inspires the people around you.
Yeah.
And then they give it back, they pour it back into you, and that shit just becomes a cycle of success. And like sometimes you gotta move people around. Sometimes out of loyalty, you bring people with you. But it's always about understanding where you're gonna learn from and who you're gonna learn from. And I'm just blessed to be able to do it with my friends and the people that are like right here in San Diego. Like,
Yeah,
that's sick.
It's super dope though. Like I'm definitely blessed to have you in here. I think that you dropped a lot of gems just as far as life lessons. I mean, whether your job, dude, and it's like you're giving up because you don't have that promotion or whatever. If that's what you want to do, like just push for it, you know. And the hard work, you'll get there. Someone will notice, and you know what? Even if it's not at your work, the competitor notices that you're like an all-star worker.
Yep.
And your dreams will happen too, you know. But
gotta believe, man. You gotta believe. And
well, obviously you're a dreamer, Cali the Dreamer.
And that's what it's about, and that's what it's. The name comes from me being fucking sleep on myself for so long.
Yeah.
Like, and now.
Oh, that's amazing right there. You know, like
big sleep on myself, on my confidence, on my talent, and now like I'm ready to tell my story about the times when I wanted to quit and shit, because I know motherfuckers sitting at home wanting to quit, and you really could be dope. Like what you put out could be doper than me. You just don't know it yet.
I feel like that with artists. Like, well, I'm sure music too, on their MacBook or whatever.
Oh yeah.
They have like the next amazing thing that no one will ever know. You know what I mean? And it's a shame.
That's what I was. I was a dope ass rapper on my couch for a long
I'm sure.
time.
Like I'm sure that 300 song archive is pretty amazing.
Oh man, I'm gonna send you some.
You know, I'm sure there's bars there that are just like wow. You know.
Fire.
But you know, I'm gonna let you head out to the studio, do your craft. You know, but and thank you everyone for watching Conversations at Hotel Charlie.
Hey.
You know, thank you so much, Cali the Dreamer, coming through. And just all the people that support the movements that we're doing. You know, if you have that, what's it called? Small dick energy?
That small dick energy.
Yeah, like you can keep it at home.
Don't do that.
But
don't do that.
Yeah, like let's all support each other. Let's build this up. Let's shine the light everywhere we can, you know. And I'm glad that you came on. I'm glad that you came out with your album finally. It's dope. If you guys don't know, I'll have links to it below, and definitely check it out. Check out the archive too, the past work. You'll definitely be impressed. If you aren't, then I don't know what's wrong with you.
It ain't for you.
Yeah.
But tell a friend.
It ain't for you, but yeah, tell your cousin that's much doper than you. Cool.
Got better taste.
Yeah, but thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, it was dope. All right, thanks you guys.